sense motive? If he's lying, like
No.
yep.
Give me a sense motive. There might be.
Also, I told them that you spell funny.
45.
45.
Holy crap! There might have been a short period of time where he took advantage of the Shadow Gate, maybe tried to get some trading in, but
yeah.
Dverak, he's not stupid. He's not like a mastermind, but he's not dumb.
Yeah. He
definitely doesn't say what he's up to.
Right.
He could be up to more than that he could have more than one scheme, more than one dish cooking.
More than one plate on the stove.
But he wasn't as cagey as let's start using doppelganger bits, and like if he doesn't understand it, then.
We are quickly going to be reopening in the next bit here. We'll be reopening the trade to the city of Brass. So.
City of Brass, huh?
The fire plane.
He's now like thinking.
Planner trade. I tried to convince our administrator, Brace, to consider using the gate for trade. She said it was too dangerous at the current juncture, with the war and the smuggling of the shadow weapons and whatnot underneath our noses. Aragathos seemed maybe a little more amenable to the idea. You know how wizards are.
Hey. Well, once we've sorted out everything with Aragathos...
Things like that would fall under the purview of a wizard.
Hey, well,
He's probably got it tucked away somewhere. Denivar's got a lot of deep holes underneath the ground.
Well, the hole to the fire plane's in Talar. That's the name.
Huh?
That's the right name. I think so.
Yeah. I don't got many connections there, but thanks for the tip.
They've got an excellent tailor that might be to your liking. He flicks off his fancy kilt.
Yeah. I think I vaguely recall a
Nemicus Shear.
A tiefling applied to become part of the League of Guilds. Excellent work, Brennos.
All right.
My condolences on all your priests that died recently. I'm sure you knew more than a few of them.
Aye.
Oh, don't you worry. There's going to be a festival soon. First week of the new year. Festival of Lights. They'll be celebrating all the new gods.
Oh no. That's New Year. Oh god. Oh no. Perfect.
Yeah. Bring some happiness and light back in.
You know that the end of the year and the new year is a solemn kind of series of festivals and private gatherings amongst the dwarves, like celebrating crazy lights and.
You've been speaking with you've been spending time with that Mongol, haven't you?
Mongol? Oh, he's a bit of a headache.
When you spit,
I've been talking to a few of the geodics. Glimmer Geode. They'll be at the festival.
Hey.
Some of them will.
Yeah. Well, you should see the funds that our guest is pouring into it too.
Ember Thunder?
Aye. Her and her magic light dragon god, bringing light to where there's darkness, hope to where there's not. We dwarves have experienced a lot of death, and, well, festivals seem to get all the commoners all spending their coin.
What are your thoughts on Ironfell?
Commander Ironfell? Fucking idiot. No, I say that, but he's not. Him and I have been, how do we say, rivals for some time. He didn't like the fact that I picked the better adventuring party, as rotten as your leader is.
He's not wrong. It's not like that offends Brennos at all.
Forgeries, looking at every document 6 times to make sure. God.
At this point, I just fucking signed them. I asked for the gist of it. I signed them. If it's too wrong, I just.
Oh, don't you? I fucking caught wind of how he fucking got Amadeus off on whatever murder charges or whatnot. They should have. Anyone else but that defense, he would have been nailed up or hung or drawn at court.
To be perfectly honest, he would have disappeared in the night.
Not that I had anything to wrong against him, but he wasn't right in the head. Fessing up some crime happened in the streets of some slum and foundry.
The problem is when you're fighting wizards and shite, when one gets in your head and fucks with it, you'll do things that are, you know.
That's the kind of pig iron shit that Defrin was trying to make me do.
Aye. That's bullshit right there. Pig iron, as you say.
Yeah, Defrin's gonna be busy, that's for sure. He's gonna win the Speaker of Clans. I suppose it's good that we know each other.
Yeah, that's the thing I did want to do.
The difference is his paladin, right?
Yeah, well, it seems like they may have had a falling out or something the way he's talking.
Is he upset considering he got left in the Dragon Horde for a few weeks?
Yeah, he kind of came back a bit changed, and he said that he had other things to do, and then, well, all the attacks happened, and he saw it as some fucking duty or something. Anyways, don't say I did any of that. That would be tarnished silver.
Hey. Well, have you heard word of Ironfell the last couple of weeks?
No,
I haven't heard of him since that night we spoke in the wagon.
It was under his command that the incident at Bordrin's Watch and then the attack at the council. And more than a few dwarves who wondered where the fuck he was when all that shit was happening. But a lot of the
Holy fuck, Dverak's voice.
a lot of the guards and military units had weird orders. There's all sorts of evidence of it. Cross orders and things coming from places it shouldn't, and somebody faking a seal. Where's Barnabas been last, month or so?
He's guarding the gate that the Gith came through?
No, just before the attacks.
Certainly was busy.
Huh.
That or drunk. or that and drunk.
Every forgery now, it's like, this is Barnabas.
Barnabas was Wait a sec. When is the vote?
What vote?
Well, when are they voting for the council? Before or after this festival?
The vote is in like tomorrow.
Hey, and then the vote for the council leaders.
Clan starts their elder elections next week.
I think just the Southern Breast is like, you're not holding a festival like the Ember Sunder Festival of everybody come out and party and then vote the next day for the council leader.
No, but they've made it known that there's a festival planned, so it's...
Yeah.
That is the way to do it, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what a campaign rally is. Come out and have some fun and listen to me speak.
So, if you're a clan, I'd, ask for your support. But
to nothing. So
Some of the early guesstimates have placed me rather high in the first round of voting. Dwarves
Aye.
respond well to new minds. And well, our Imperial Administrator also responds quite well to, my pick of personnel. Returning gates, defending the place.
Aye. Yeah.
Oh, I suppose you
You-
want some of this.
And he takes some of his beard and gives it to you.
He's already got some. It's fine.
All right, just let's fall on the ground. Fucking wizards.
Ride our coattails as high as you can take them.
All right, Brennos, you take care. Don't crack too many skulls. You gotta live here after you're all done playing Inquisitor.
Oh, it's gonna be a shite half century or so. I know it. And by that point, the humans will forget. Dwarves will be another century after.
All right, Lord Dverak says he took away that there are opportunities to make money in Talar.
Yep.
If you looked into it, he eventually starts to buy some property in Talar.
Perfect. And he returned the gate, which means that he's not suspicion and no stories.
did you make 1 sense motive?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was 50, so it was 47.
All right,
Oh, that's right. Yes.
This was instead of communing with the gods, you were questioning
Yeah.
people. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put question Dverak happened on this week.
Yep.
Ahmed, you're going to go and check in on
Your boots?
peoples?
You're muted.
Damn it. I was going to say, let's just leave it for a month, see what happens. Excuse me. Let's teleport over there and see what's going on.
It's been about 5 days. You've got prisoners in the basement, and then that's probably enough time for him to jank everyone back and forth. Where did I put Ishmael?
What are we doing with that fire giant chief?
Good question.
Well, what did we do with him? Because we
We put him in the prison of the tower. But
We put him in the prison, and he was going to be given to the Ifrit when that's sorted, and he gets to stay there until we sort out the issues with the Ifrit.
Okay,
The
well,
way Sonny views it is he's a prisoner of war until the war's done.
oh,
We'll figure out what we have to trade later.
Is anyone going with Thogrim, or is this just in between?
Where's Thogrim going?
Well, I think we have to maintain watch there until we clear out the other end. So somebody has to be there pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
Barnabas wants to go to Talar because it's a planner thing, and he hasn't seen that one.
We could tag off and trade.
Yeah,
Quintessa
exactly.
and Val could guard the portal for a while, and then Barnabas goes.
Barnabas doesn't want to be in Overlook either while after Dverak gets elected.
Yeah, there's been some threats back and forth for sure.
He doesn't particularly like the Dwarven city either, so.
So do you always shit where you eat? Is there any time where you decide to, shit somewhere else?
Is this widget?
It's just widget.
Okay, a widget.
Yeah, widget just. I mean,
widget
This is
being
fun.
widget.
you've got this. I mean, the both of you has kind of got this habit of I like it here, and then let's take a shit on the floor, and then be like, oh, it's covered in shit. Why don't I want to be here?
I never liked Overlook. It was just where I was working. And Foundry, well, you'd never been there, but it was a fucking shithole. At least where we lived. People actively tried to leave Southwall. Anything they could to leave that place.
All right, let's go see this new wizard tower.
This will be my second tower.
What happened to the first one? You shit in it?
Well, actually, we got the lich out first, and then
Sounds like shitting to me.
the lich was in there, so we unshit it after we learned a bunch of magic from him first. But
Teleport outside the tower, still not knowing what the wards are. You find the tower just full of azer mercenaries and freed slaves. Nothing has happened to the giant prisoner and the salamander. They're still locked safely in the basement. You find Ashmunazar and certain they don't seem to be getting along, or at least there are. I don't think that's possible.
But it is the command.
I don't think that some of the religions would. Oh, Thogrim and guests.
who the fuck are you?
I am the apprentice of the custodian of the smoking tower and of Talar.
Oh, where's the custodian?
Died.
So you're nobody.
He knows he knows the most here about this tower and about this town and about how it works.
Technically, I checked the charter and I am acting custodian on behalf of my master.
That might be
Before
true.
you say anything, Barnabas, don't be a dick.
Because I guarantee I know more about this tower than he does.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, what the fuck? It's a sphinx.
What the fuck? Who left the window open?
Certain's looking around like he doesn't quite know Barnabas is. Master Thogrim, welcome back. Your friends have taken up residence there.
I presume everything's going well.
Yes, we've had to take down a few of the drapes and tapestries for obvious reasons. Things that they apparently don't have where they come from.
Thogrim, was there an office around here? Eamon's coming with the desk.
Is Eamon with you?
Well, he brings Eamon wherever he goes.
You
and he's
need
making
an office?
Eamon carry the dragon bone desk so he can work from here.
Oh, the Azers must be
Well
nice.
said.
They ended up helping him carry the desk in.
Oh, look at that. They must have seen your infirmity and took pity on you.
So, we must speak.
You're going to introduce us, Thogrim?
Yes, let me see if I can pronounce his fucking name. Ashmunazar?
Yes.
Ashmunazar. This is Barnabas. Barnabas Ashmunazar.
Oh, look at you. Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I click the one button.
Yes.
Friggin' sense motive. Are you gonna sell him use parts of his body? The way you said that's like, no.
You can't sense my motive.
I can't say. It's like something doesn't feel right. Yes. So
I am the Sphinx of volcanoes.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place then, at least world.
Yes, this world is blessed by our god Vulcan, the cauldron of calamity.
Oh, I see what he's doing here.
my bullet led me to him. Stopped shining when it led me to him.
Oh, he seems to have recovered nicely then. It's not nice to hunt your new friends.
I was not shot by the bullet, but my god also led me to Thogrim. Together we will do great things in his name.
Yeah, wait, is this the one with the bullets and guns for everyone?
Yes.
You know you can't do that, right?
No. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, like you would need some very special permission to do that.
Well, if your country is getting invaded by Githyanki and doppelgangers, wouldn't you need everyone to be armed? Overwatch was almost overrun if we weren't there. They would have been overrun.
I don't know about that.
No. It's your opinion.
Yeah, but mine's always right, so, Anyway, is that, like, attached to you? Is it like a helmet or?
It is my headdress.
Ow.
Indeed, it is impressive.
So is that like armor he's wearing?
Yeah, it's
or-
armor.
Okay, I didn't know if it was armor, if he's like bionic.
Yeah, it's effectively mithril breastplate for a sphinx.
Right, and you are a follower of Vulcan as well?
I have been the Sphinx of Volcanoes for a long time. Yes, I am a priest of he.
I see. And are you here to help guard the portal? Or the gate, rather.
That is not my purview to guard any gates. In fact, this gate will let other followers of Vulcan, should they escape their bondage underneath the Afrites and their Sultan, to come to this world to give praise to the Lord of Volcanoes. As are the followers in this tower, so will their numbers be legion.
Well, Custodian, sounds like that's going to be your problem.
No, it's only a temporary solution.
So,
I hope that the Imperial Administrator elects a new custodian soon, Sister.
May I have a look at your obelisk or whatever it is?
wait.
So
So,
something about a brass ring you take a shit on? I'm assuming that's hyperbole, but
Ashmers, what is it that you're trying to, it sounds like you want to make weapons. Eh? It's like,
Not any weapons. Weapons that are fueled and fired by the black powder.
so, all right. So, Barnabas,
what?
there are leagues of weaponsmiths and weaponsmithing families, gunsmithing families all over the fucking place.
Yeah, they
Help
all
get
have-
Thogrim the fucking paperwork to get a goddamn gunsmithing factory up and running and let these
Thogrim can
knuckleheads.
do that. He doesn't need my fucking help.
Does
Oh,
he
but it's a
look
lot.
like one who does? Does he look like one who does paperwork? He's got two left fucking hands.
Oh, do you like
He is
your
as our god was when he fought Chaos and the Titan.
and that guy isn't going to be filling it out.
I know not of such bureaucracy here. That is why I have sought out Thogrim.
Thogrim, fill out the paperwork and go to prison. It's going to be that simple.
I craft things, Barnabas. Are
Yeah,
you enjoying the
craft
things
some
I've crafted
paperwork.
for you?
It's a lot easier.
Your help will be appreciated. in
Have
this
you
matter.
seen the markup on firearms? There's almost nothing that goes into them. It's a bit of wood and
Well, I'm
the
not getting a
cheapest
fucking
steel you've
cut,
ever
am I?
seen. Widget's also a weapon crafter. It's almost. They're very easy to make.
Come on. All right, you can show me how to make firearms because he's actually taking that next level.
That is going to be
Guys,
so
he's got
annoying.
one rank in craft firearm,
Yep.
and with any tool, he'll give him a plus 19, so he can make masterwork firearms with a.
Okay.
Okay, it's not going to be as annoying as I took a rank in the thing you did, and I'm better at it than you now.
No, he's going to have one rank in 15 different craft skills.
I think gunsmithing is also a feat.
Yeah, I think that lets you fix broken firearms.
No,
You
but
don't need to make a craft check to create firearms, ammunition, or to restore
Okay.
firearms. Okay, so there's a feat that makes that.
Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm not going that far. I'm just.
Yeah, a feat's pretty expensive. This Overlook place, I understand it was attacked recently.
It was, yes.
yes.
Imagine if every citizen of Overlook, every man, woman, and child had a firearm at their disposal and ready.
I see a lot of dead children.
Those who could not use such a weapon will not be part of the glory that is his community.
I think you have your point of view. I think you should meet the people of Overlook and see how well your message will be received.
Yes,
And I think you will be somewhat disappointed.
there is a festival coming up, I understand, that is going to celebrate the new gods.
So I hear.
Vulcan is a god reborn of purpose. He shall be at this festival.
You might
So
want to
here's
start-
the thing. The crafter in the flame, the boomer in the night. You need a euphemism for him.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nameless gods.
Yeah, so if you can do it, but you just need to. When you're out in public, okay. Between you, me, and the wall, I might have done some shit in my life.
When you're fine.
It needs to be. You can't use a name. It needs to be something else.
A thing.
Firecracker.
Call it volcano and you're fine.
I see what you're trying to do.
Oh no.
Hephaestus is an old god, and he will be born anew as Vulcan. He will not be forgotten. He will take upon the mantle of firearms, and he will be part of the new pantheon. If the other gods wish to erase their names, then so be it. But my god's name will ring true, with every bullet that fires, with every conflagration.
Alright, well, Thogrim, I don't
It
know.
reminds me of my dad.
I like your energy, honestly, I do.
He will not die like the old gods, but make himself anew.
Alright, Thogrim, I don't know if your friend's going to go to prison, because I don't know what the Imperium does with sphinxes offhand.
Thogrim.
There will be trouble, that's all I'm telling you.
We have to do this in an intelligent way. The Imperium is not very forgiving and they're not very understanding. Let's start with a quiet name.
Maybe just a booth.
Grow in number, grow in power, and then make yourself known. Not too early and too soon. You'll be stomped out.
Especially if you're trying to give guns to people who are not supposed to have them.
No.
10 was once the holiest number in the culture that my god came from. And as such, I have brought with me 10 diamonds, and I will restore the lives of 10 people in Overlook. I understand that they have undergone much loss and death.
There are counselors, some of whom they might want back.
Vulcan will inspire me to pick the ones that are most suitable to bring back.
So you're going to be heading to Overlook then?
Yes.
You can teleport there.
No, we will walk and sing the praises of the gun and of the bullet.
Oh, fuck. That was Thogrim.
This is
Oh,
my
fuck.
rifle and this is my gun. This is...
Overlook. Dwarves are industrious people. We shall make them strong.
The Azure are not looked upon. They're not welcomed here as much as you'd like to think. There are many problems between the Dwarves and the Azure.
How could they not? They look as if they are dwarves lit aflame with the blessings of gods.
Well, Azure attacked the city, so
Yes.
that's why.
So walking in with multiple
just because
troops.
a man does something against other men, does that make all men evil?
No, but dwarves are a very prejudiced people.
They have a long memory.
He's not laughing. Barnabas is just laughing.
It's more they're really sensitive right
There's
now.
rarely a thing that Barnabas says that doesn't crack me up.
It's more like a month ago, a bunch of azers assassinated the leadership of the town. So maybe give them a little bit of time to.
I see. Then we will go and beg for forgiveness.
That's a better stance.
And speak of the way of strength.
We like this as well.
Even the weak can hold a firearm.
Beautiful.
Even the weak can hold the conflagration of volcanoes in their hands.
Right, we're going someplace.
Which is like, this is.
And I do have a large forge for you to be at in Overlook.
Excellent.
My master's forge.
He's
He's So, Barnabas, are you helping with? Are you going to help with paperwork for these fine gentlemen, or?
No, fucking do your own paperwork.
Could use your help, Barnabas.
You always need my
Hey,
fucking help.
Thogrim, I could use your help with
Give me
these couple of things.
knowledge local El Surveil.
What type of
I take
like
10 and
documentation do you need for your sphinx? It's
You
funny.
need to wear this. You need to wear this collar.
Did you finish Barnabas's stuff yet? Because
he's
think
got to
I
do the
did.
runes on his cane and Eamon's stuff still. Knowledge local 52, so be 62.
Okay, so first off, the Sphinx needs to register probably as a resident of special status or something like that. Like, he basically needs to fill out some paperwork to live here. So do the azers. Second, if they're going to start proselytizing a cult, they probably need to go through some sort of application and then be questioned by likely priesthood of the five-faced god. Third, Thogrim's craft and already has him as part of the guild of people who create cannons, and they can also pump up firearms. The easiest path, if Thogrim wanted to get into that business, is just reintegrate himself in Master Zim's position and then hire the people that he needs to create guns. Like, that would be like that. That Thogrim could just show up and do. Like, he doesn't need your help for that.
All right,
If you wanted to open up a separate thing, then it would be much harder. But Thogrim is already a cannoneer, a cannon builder for the realm.
Yeah.
All the paperwork that the dwarves need to build guns
He's
are
got it.
already here. Is already here.
All right, here's what you're going to do, Thogrim. You're going to go back to Overlook with your friends. You're going to hire them to make guns and cannons. Because you can already do this. You're already licensed. You insert yourself into Master Zvim's place. You're running the place, all right? You got your gun factory, all right? Now you're going to take your four-legged winged friend here. Take it. Gesundheit. And you're going to take him to Denver, and you're going to ask to see.
did you just call the Sphinx a dog?
No, he said Gesundheit. Oh, your four-legged friend.
And you're going to ask to see so-and-so. And they are going to process him as with special status. The next thing you're going to do, and you don't do this until you got your special status, is you're going to go to church with the five-faced god in 62, who's the best place to go to get it done quickly?
Yeah, at this point, the Inquisition poses a bit of a rancor.
Yeah, so we want to keep him at Overlook for that.
So you probably want to go to Denevar.
Yeah. So you're going to go to Denver, talk to the five-faced god, stay out of Overlook. The Inquisition is not your friend there. And you're going to have to go through a series of questions. Now you, are going to play down the I want to make guns and give them to everything. Okay? Play up the innovation. Things that, make it seem appealing to normal folk.
Crafting and producing weaponry that are, firearms. Just
Say
don't
you're doing
say
it
where they're
for
going
the
yet.
Imperium, that'll really help, and then you can get a special permit for your.
Of course. Festus was a god.
Yeah, just stop. They don't want to hear you giving guns to kids, all right? No guns to kids. You're doing it for the Imperium. Is that
We
understood?
give swords to kids. Sorry,
During-
Brennos isn't
during
even
it-
there. This is just Adam's brain idling.
Your arrogant friend is strangely helpful.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So after you have that, then you head to Overlook. Make sure you don't lose the paperwork, and everything will be legal. No one's going to say nothing about it. And then during this festival, you can preach all you like. Don't get carried away, but you can preach. Attract all the followers, make your gardens, your gardens.
Can these things be done in time for the festival?
When's the festival?
Beginning of the year, 6-7 weeks from now.
I believe they can, if you hurry. Thogrim can teleport.
Excellent. And I can set up shrines so that we may use word of recall.
There you go. You as your friends can stay here, help defend the gate for the time being. When you've got all your paperwork, you come back, you pick them up, you go on your little march, sing your little songs, make your way to Overlook, make your guns.
Excellent.
Okay, Thogrim starts getting the names for all the guys here, and makes up another 20 names for extra guys that might show up,
Okay.
and that's gonna be their names when they show up.
That's your doing? Not mine.
It's strangely not a dissimilar process to how some of us ended up with our last names coming over on boats from Europe. It's like if your name, they couldn't pronounce it, they wrote down the anglicized version of what they thought they heard.
So
Yep.
my parts of my family had issues meeting up when they came over because Mac is Mach in German, and there was M-O-C-H, M-O-C-K, M-A-C-H, M-A-C-K. It became just a cluster because the guy who got let you off the boat was the one who wrote down your name.
All right. I have prepared a spell for you.
Oh,
An atonement. A ritual to invite you into the religion.
will this undo the twisting?
The twisting is a mark of glory. You have come into contact with the same forces that were behind the Titans themselves, the great chaos of the plains, and you have survived. You are disfigured just like Hephaestus was. I do
Yes,
not know why you would want to undo it.
I don't. I wanted to confirm that it wouldn't undo it.
I suspect it would not. But I am merely a conduit for our God.
Then let us begin.
Okay? He brings you through a rite. You cast an atonement, and you can put Vulcan as the deity on your character sheet.
Coolsies.
As part of this, you feel divine energy pass through Ishmunazar. You catch a glimpse of Overlook with every dwarf a gun in their hands.
Yeah.
Cannons peeking out of almost every parapet. Just bristling with power.
Just a little bit of history. Firearm use was a class in like Canada and the United States all the way through the 70s. Like rifle range. Time to go to the rifle range. We're in grade 7. Marksmanship time.
Yep.
So if kid needs 12-year-old, sure.
Belching smoke with a giant V on banners out in front of them.
And you can see Sonny crying behind the wall. All this
He's in the cage.
As part of the atonement, your twisting has not been fixed, but the corruption is gone. You're no longer considered to have one rank of corruption. It's just you're now disfigured.
Cool. So no more chaotic aura.
No more chaotic aura.
Left hand, eyes, dark vision. Oh. Very cool.
The dark vision stays. It's a blessing from Vulcan.
I feel it.
It's
Glorious.
Sorry.
There is just ever so much of a tiny touch of madness in Hephaestus. Just a God that is trying to renew his own relevance and not succumb to the entropy and death that has happened in many pantheons that have come before. A final surge of faith before the Great Planar War. Also, there might be something problematic with being a god of technology, but we've never explored that yet. But it seems to resonate with Thogrim. I haven't heard any resistance or...
Nah, that's cool. Fuck it.
Awesome. All right, Thogrim, you found your god.
2 things: guns and body armor, and you're good.
So, Thogrim, I just wanted to make sure your little trip, I mean, you're still going to be able to work on, my things.
But yeah, well, you see, if you weren't going to help me with some of the paperwork, unfortunately, I'll have to spend all of my time doing the paperwork, you see. And that's the unfortunate part.
It's not hard. The forms to fill out. The fucking...
Yeah, I wonder where I could
There's
find an
literally
army
people
of...
behind a desk who fill it out for you.
I wonder where I can find an army of lawyers to do this for me. So difficult.
You
see.
don't need a lawyer. Just fucking go do it.
So difficult. I wonder how many days it'll take.
I am not difficult. You,
Probably-
boy, show me around
probably-
town.
Probably 2 weeks minimum.
I'm not butting in. You are difficult.
You're lucky you're wearing a hat. That's cool.
I like that.
You, what's your name? Custodian.
Me?
Yes.
Certain.
I'm sorry, what?
Certain, S-E-R-T-E-N.
Fucking low-hanging fruit. All right, no.
How long are your guests staying? Is what I'm asking Thogrim.
Barnabas is leaving today.
Why not? Fucking just move my desk in that room over there.
Just stay out of his way. Make an exit door so he can just get in and out of the tower quickly.
Yeah, it's very nice here.
It's a bit. There's a lot of smoke for some reason.
Why is it? What's on fire?
The brass monolith. Barnabas.
The thing we're here to see.
Fucking think they'd have a spell to give it out of the fucking tower. Who's the lazy mage that was in here?
That
His master that's passed away.
Ah, well, if you're dead, you can't cast spells, so that makes sense.
Certain looks a little pained when you say that. He doesn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, is that fresh? Is that a fresh wound?
It's a very fresh.
No.
His funeral was yesterday.
Condolences.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm going to have you show me around town.
What? Why?
Chop, chop!
So you're just looking at Thogrim like, why do I have to do this? I will bring you to the brass monolith if you wish to see it.
Because he's also he's going to provide someone that's going to do our paperwork for us. Isn't that right, Barnabas?
Fine, you can borrow Scholar Glenn's doing fuck all right now. Tell Scholar Glenn I said he has to.
So help Thogrim.
basically the scholars can now do a thing.
Yeah, with paperwork and applications and that sort of thing. Cool. That's something for them
Just
to do.
remind him that sort of work is beneath me.
Okay, so the group, this little group, Eshmudazar, unfortunately or fortunately,
The message is
Thogrim.
Barnabas has an extremely important request for you that he knows you will succeed in.
Okay, Barnabas, you see this amazing edifice. It's ancient. It's got ignorant, draconic, and do you think the language of genie?
Oh, I'd have to learn that one.
The smoke is clearly coming from this place and
Yep.
just bellowing out of the top of it.
All right.
One traverses between this world and the elemental plane of fire on the banks of the city of Brass. My understanding is that there are many plinths around the city of Brass that allow traders to go from the great city to other worlds.
It is the first megalopolis in the multiverse, from what I understand.
It is a repressive place.
Barnabas is thinking, I've been to worse.
The Azer come from there, and they've only known toil and slavery.
Well, Eamon comes from a worse place, don't you, Eamon?
Gods?
There we go.
To many, hell is much worse. Well, only those who deserve to go there end up in hell, doesn't it, Munazar?
Well, no, Eamon was raised there. Taken as a little baby. Telling me the baby deserved to go to hell?
This argument will get us nowhere.
Alright, I get the argument's over right now. I just won. So.
Barnabas, do what you need to do. We have things that we need to get done.
Yeah, I told you, Scholar Glenn will take care of you. He's very good at paperwork.
Certain, it's like, you're not going to the fire elemental plane now, are you?
Oh, no, I'm not going right now. I just wanted to see the thing.
They were saying there was a whole fucking army on the other side of that thing.
Alright, let's see if we can fucking shut it off.
Barnabas gonna fuck with it for a little bit.
Hey,
He wants to see if
Thogrim.
we can shut it off for a little while.
Give me a spellcraft or a knowledge planes.
Use magic device. Do the knowledge planes
You
first.
should think about it first instead of just randomly, yeehaw!
I will take one of my many 20s. Gives me and one of my memory things. 22,
There's an on-off
84.
button.
84 plus 1d. I'll use an inspiration point as well. So 85.
It's a gigantic tuning fork for planet travel. You get that it goes to a specific place that is also attuned on the other end. You could break it, although it's probably near artifact quality. The thing's old, like thousands and thousands of years old.
Okay.
There's no on-off switch. It's just meant to be this gigantic.
Can he break it in such a way that he could fix it?
Disable it until he wants to.
You'd have to find some way to mark its surface and then put it back together. You're talking about Slake or Brennos hitting it really hard in specific spots and then having the magic to put together a 24th level magic item.
I don't feel like that's beyond our scope right now.
Make
We'll leave it
cool
for now.
Yep. But
You need the cast level of the item.
best way to push pause on it is the exact same spell you guys were using at
Yeah,
We need another dimensional lock for this.
but I'm
You
expecting.
don't happen to know that one, do you, our new friend?
No what?
A dimensional lock.
It is a spell I can cast.
Oh, could you cast it on this? Just for the time being, so, armies don't come marching through. I mean, it's provided, of
Wait.
course,
The Azer followers may come through.
yeah, it's pretty fucking unlikely, though, isn't it?
No, we're expecting them to come through.
From where?
I don't want to sound pedantic, but the plane of fire.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
They are
Are they
enslaved.
not slaves of the city of Brash?
They are enslaved, and they escape. Like the ones you saw in the tower, they escaped.
You
made
do
their way
understand that this is not something like a door anybody could just fucking walk through, right?
It would require a casting of a powerful spell to traverse the plane.
Exactly. Now, do they all know this spell?
No.
No. So, they're just gonna be hanging out there, waiting and waiting.
Enemies of Overlook, you said, have gathered on the other side.
As from what I understand, yes.
What do you think, Thogrim? Should I ask our god for this spell and keep this gate closed for the time? It would be closed for 15 days.
You can dismiss it, can't you? Check every 5 days, perhaps. You cast it, dismiss it.
There is
Plane shift and plane shift back.
no, there's no D.
So
There's no D, so you'd have to cast a dispel, and I think you
Dispel
auto
magic.
dispel.
You dispel your own.
Yep.
With minor difficulty.
I can help.
In
I can help.
exchange for your help with the local paperwork and bureaucracy, I would be willing to close this gate for a time.
Well, that would be most agreeable.
Excellent.
Right.
I look forward to seeing a gun on all of your hips or backs.
And he's never been hit with a fireball, has he?
Have you? So do you follow him, or does he follow you? Because it kind of seems like you follow him.
No.
Fair, I'm sure the Sphinx moves much faster than he does. Of course he follows.
Funny. I will grab Scholar Glenn and the others that volunteer with him, and we'll teleport to Denevar. I'll return here and then take you, and we'll teleport to Denevar. So that it's 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4.
Where you from?
I am from a prime world, an older one that has been wrought by cataclysms.
Wrought by what? What was the
Cataclysms.
It's like an apocalypse.
Oh yeah, like a fucking army of shadows.
I then traveled to the plane of fire to seek out those that would hear about the great volcano. One would be surprised that those on the plane of fire aren't as impressed by volcanoes as those on the prime material. It took some time and some doing to convince the Azer.
Yeah,
I'm glad you did.
it's probably a hard time convincing people on the plane of water that waterfalls are cool.
Yes, a similar problem.
Barnabas is just not only surviving a valid fight. Yeah.
Then I received the true vision from my deity to seek out he who has touched chaos, who has made, and who knows the way of the gun.
In no time, we'll start crafting weapons far superior than those that the others have.
I will not craft, but I will be the voice.
Thogrim's still thinking like a couple of cannon pistols on his shoulder. Friggin' command words.
Shoulder-mounted miniguns.
Have you heard the word of Vulcan?
They are magic. They are magic items that are guns. Craft them with a voice. Voice. Hey Siri, fire my cannons. And she responds.
You get him full predator suit with a shoulder cannon.
Yep.
Oh, he's got the mask. Yeah. Okay. So I will teleport and grab 2 scholars and head back. So
Yeah, so
see you in the tower.
you're going to start basically the paper.
Yeah, I jump, grab 2 guys, come back, grab him, go to Denevar, and start the
All right,
process.
I've got Barnabas trying to purchase singing steel.
Yeah. Well, this is a planet marketplace.
Yeah, you learn that you probably don't want to go there alone, even with Eamon. You also need an invitation to go in.
No, not there.
Oh, I see.
I meant this is the place where they drop off all the good stuff. And he makes certain bring me to a decent kitchen.
Yeah, certain shows you around town.
Yep.
You do meet the tailor.
Okay. Barnabas is not keen on fashion, so is like
Yeah. You don't have to. The pies are really good, and you can tell that they have imported spices in some of their dishes that are from the Plane of Fire.
Hey. Yeah, he'll check Denevar and other places for.
So
Denivar's probably the best bet.
this plane of fire. Let's see.
Where should I be looking?
No, that's I'm just on conversation.
Oh.
Turgamit or fire fruit is eaten by the Efreet, but is deadly to non-natives.
Okay, well, let's not eat that.
Yeah, they don't have that. Umbellin is a spicy brown bean that is grown in the fire elemental plane, and then Verdoba is a nutty dark purple tuber. So yeah, Umbellin and Verdoba have found their way into the cuisine of Talar.
Yeah.
Oh, and Habat, a wild grain eaten by Efreet and others.
Okay, cool.
Crimson rye is a wild plant that could be used as a. We could eat that word means. Oh, it's a drug that causes sleepiness. Okay, so Barnabas is searching for singing steel.
Yeah.
You end up give me a diplomacy check as you're looking for it.
This is not my best kind of diplomacy check. This is like gather information.
This is gather
No,
information.
fuck. This is not where he does well. No, this is not going to happen. 21.
That's decent. So you spend the full week looking for this stuff, and eventually you end up talking to the elves that are living in Overlook.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a couple of tokens where they went. You end up talking to this this very big-mouthed, very tall elf by the name of Ardos Glinhara.
Okay.
I'm on conversation.
Yep.
Oh my.
I think I wrote something down. Ardos Glinhara is the son of Arbane, who is called the Myth Singer. Arbane is a elven bard called the Myth Singer. He's from a place called Mythloros, and apparently the Myth Singers are elves that know how to use the song gates.
Okay.
On worlds that aren't strictly controlled by, and it's called the School of Myth Singers. Is their small bardic college that they have in the Elven district in Overlook.
Okay.
They were originally located in Fortress Top.
Fortress Top, okay.
I always get those two mixed up. Fortress Top, but with the Inquisition, they slowly moved. Or with the problems and then the weird way the town was run, they ended up moving a while ago to Overlook. They are their patron, who pays them, is the Prince in Exile.
Okay.
I hear that you're looking for some singing steel.
Yes, I am. Do you perhaps have any for purchase?
I think I've heard of you.
I assure you, most of the stories are quite untrue.
Why should we sell such wonderful things to the likes of you?
Well, I have money, and most people like that.
What are you thinking of purchasing?
Singing steel.
In what form?
Just the steel I have summoned or crafted in the form I like.
Ah. How much of it?
About £5.
It's a lot of money.
Just because that's what it says in the book you need.
Yeah, for a shield.
No, for
You're turning your pimp cane into
Yeah.
a singing shield? Okay.
it'll just be an ornament on the cane.
Yeah, so that's about 3,000 on market
Yep.
prices. You can talk to my father, but he's probably not going to like you. He tends not to want to do commerce.
Let me talk to your father.
I could get some of the singing steel for you. I could say it's for something else, but we'll have to double the price.
Listen.
Bards have expenses, you know.
Oh, I know. You know, my wife was a bard.
Really?
Yeah, she was. I mean, not like you, but she was an amateur bard, and then she got pregnant. Things happen. Family comes first after that. But yeah, she had expenses. She was an actress, singer herself. So I understand. But I'm fairly certain that the going price is should be quite enough to cover those expenses of yours.
It's a rare metal.
Which is why the going price is what it is.
We're at war. The prices are all topsy-turvy, especially with you and your band selling that dragon horde and everything.
Yeah, that actually reduces the cost of things.
No, it inflates the cost of things.
No, it fucking doesn't. That's not how economics works.
How do you
We're
know?
flooding the market. The demand, the supply is now much greater, and it's much easier to meet the demand. The price comes down.
Singing steel. You don't look like much of a singer, more of a talker.
Well, you have that correct, sir.
Maybe you should talk to my father. I wouldn't mind seeing how this goes.
I'd be delighted to meet him. What's his name again?
Arbane.
Right. Knowledge local? Do I know anything?
Yeah,
about
the
this
knowledge local, you taking 10 or 20 or whatever, getting your 50 or 60 is the stuff I told you.
It's 60. Okay, yeah.
He's called the Myth Singer. He claims to be from a place called Mythloros, and they know about the song gates.
Yeah. I would be delighted to meet your father.
All right.
It's very rare you meet people who know about song gates that aren't from the Imperium.
You sure last chance? Because talk to my father, you might say no.
I would very much like to meet your father.
He really likes saying no to humans.
I'm sure he won't say no. No one says no to me.
All right, so there's an elf that's the spitting image of our.
Nice.
I don't know. He's like getting a manicure when you see him. Like you get invited, and there's some elvish building, and there are people pampering Arbane.
So this is what, your brother?
Oh, this is my father. Father, this is Barnabas of the Steelrose Expeditionary League. Apparently, we owe our thanks to him and his friends for saving the dwarves and all that. Oh, splendid, he says.
Actually, we also, it was in this group, but with another group, we also warned him folk about.
You think yourself some sort of bard, don't you?
Yeah, well, sort of, yeah. The scholarly kind.
Well, the Imperium is not much for royalty, but I am a bard extraordinaire. And he holds out his hand with his ring for you to, like, kiss it.
He, like, grabs his, like, little finger and shakes it.
Okay. What can one artist do for a lawyer?
Well, I was looking for some singing steel and heard you might have some.
Of course I have singing steel. A whole closet full of singing steel.
He looks at the younger one. Supply and demand.
He smiles.
I was wondering if I could purchase about £5 worth.
Why would I sell you 5 pounds of singing steel?
Because I have money to pay for it.
Did I say it was for sale?
No, but I would very much like to buy it. And I would consider it a favour.
Ah, now we're talking. These Imperials do like, he's speaking in Elvish
He speaks up.
to our artists. These Imperials do like their rules and regulations. It's always good to sometimes have a lawyer to help you get through their red tape.
I'm like a pair of scissors.
Oh, he speaks Elvish. Of course he does. He's good with languages, Father. Yes, humans are like such shooting stars, firing through the sky so briefly, so brightly, before they snuffed out. And then everyone goes about their business and doesn't remember their names.
Well, I'm sure that road happened to you.
5 pounds of singing steel and a favor from the lawyer Wunderkind.
Within reason.
Within reason, of course. Give me a diplomacy check.
All right. 71.
71.
I'll give it to you.
The younger one makes a show of that he's got a singing steel ring that he wraps off of a singing steel bracelet that he has, and as he walks into the room laughing, he goes and fetches it. I also hear that you're writing some sort of scholarly paper.
Yes. On planet travel and planet ley lines.
I would very much like to read it.
I will have I have a man making copies. I'll have it sent over.
When you're done, of course.
Of course, of course. You should a favor, of course.
Barnabas doesn't have any ranks in perform, right?
He has perform oratory.
You should really learn an instrument.
I haven't really had an ear for music, to be honest.
Yes. But do you realize that music is written down in notes, which could be considered a language?
I don't consider that, to be honest.
Just a thought. If you are truly going to be a master of the plains and all that, perhaps you should understand how it is that your people even got here.
I do understand how song gigs work.
Music.
Yes. I'm aware.
He leans back like he's happy that he taught you something. They sell you the 5 pounds. It's not meant to be a very long encounter, but for market price, I guess. So 600 gold pieces a pound for 3,000 gold pieces.
At a 71, they should be giving me $3,000.
No, the stuff wasn't for sale. Like, you get a bunch of baubles and things that were out of his closet, out of his personal supply, and
You're getting his singing steel chess set to go melt down and make his half out of.
yeah, exactly. You're gonna melt it down and
These tuning forks or whatever.
make your pimp cane. So you know that there are a couple of high level bards that live in Overland.
All right, so I will deduct that. Actually, I better downtime planning. I'm just going to make sure I didn't already deduct the money or add it to this cost list.
It's fine.
I think I might have.
All right, so that was Barnabas's task that week. I think we're done with the week. The Speaker of Clans election happens, and you find out that the paladin that you know, Dverak, is named the Speaker of Clans. He won by a majority vote, as there were no other trusted and or members of the original hierarchy of the Speaker of Clans left. Winter 13th week is now upon us. Agonies, Activities are unknown. Slake, crafting javelins. Call, meet with master.
Fuck if I remember what that was for.
Probably something to do with an army.
That was the No, I'm wondering, if that was that written before for a specific reason?
We wrote it in tonight because he said, I want to meet with my master. This was
Oh, okay. No, it's just to discuss it's just to discuss the army. Okay, yeah. I'll head back to the.
Is there something specific, or is it just?
It's just to let them know about the army, with their location, and that we're gonna hit them at some point.
Yeah, the Gazeri are willing to help, given that it sounds like many heads of the Hydra are in one place.
Yeah. So if you want to role play it, but the main thing is, we need to find out where the Lich's phylactery is. Is there a way? So Cog needs to chat with maybe Barnabas. He's trying to find a way to track a soul, because the Lich still has its soul, right?
Yeah, undead have like corrupted souls. Yeah.
Is there a way to track that soul? Because that soul has to go to its phylactery and come back. So is there a way to track that soul? Can you put a spell, like a tracking spell or something, on that soul or something?
Okay. How are you getting to Talar, where Barnabas is?
How far is it?
You could spend time traveling there.
Move like a motherfucker. Moves.
Okay, so Cog ends up at your house asking about liches, or at where you're writing your PhD.
Barnabas.
Yes.
I've been thinking about the that Lich, the one that we fought in the Dwarven underground temple.
What of it?
We need to find its phylactery, yes, in order to destroy the thing. Is there a way, some kind of spell that, or magic that you know of, that you can attach to the soul of this creature, of this corrupted soul, and we can track where the soul goes?
Locate person.
Or scrying? Would scrying work?
No, well,
We have some of its gear from its last fight.
yeah, but you'll just be scrying on the Lich himself. He's probably reformed by now. He's reformed by now.
He'd need to be destroyed.
Yes, in which case he would be effectively dead, which means the scry won't work. There's a reason liches are considered very difficult to kill. It's finding the phylactery of an intelligent one.
How about this then? There was a in Foundry, we were told not to die because it was something that he wouldn't be able to come back.
Yes, that would work. Potentially.
What if you take him to a spot like that?
It could potentially work. I am not familiar with the exact workings of those particular boxes that anyone asked, don't know anything about.
Yeah, another one of your colleagues going, what about this forbidden lore, Barnabas? You're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to prison.
Well, I'm just trying to solve the problem because he's a serious
him
problem.
coming back is very irritating. I understand this. Believe me, no one hates liches more than I do.
Right.
No one.
Is there a portable thing like that, or maybe something to trap ghosts, or this? Once it's killed, can you grab its soul somehow?
You know, Chaga bragged about a spell that he had that captured ghosts that him
Yeah.
and Los had figured out, but it's not a ghost.
No. It's a soul.
There's Trap the Soul spell, which is 9th level.
Yeah,
Well, maybe he wishes.
there is a trap the soul spell. It is a 9th circle spell. That will work if you can get it to work on the lich.
You would need 2 for the dragon as well, right?
Well, yeah, you'd want one for the dragon as well, yes.
Do you need something expensive to hold the soul?
Fuck yes.
All right.
But don't get me wrong, we're not short on funds, just haven't spent Dverak's money.
Well, seeing as this is not just our problem, this is a problem for everyone other that's not a Githyanki. I say we find funds from
What's
anywhere.
your religion?
Plus
Who?
52.
Dracoliches are a little bit different. They can wake up in the body of another dragon,
Mhm.
and they have to consume a little bit of their original corpse to resume their own.
Trackle Lichdom.
No, their own original body.
Okay. So Draco Liches are a little different though. They can enter another dragon's body and take it over. And they consume a little bit of the old body and they kind of go back to what they were.
The previous body or any previous body?
Well, the previous body would be their body.
So while the Lich could come back an infinite number of times, eventually the
Dragon runs out of dragons to
runs out of his original corpse to
Yeah.
eat, and then will just be whatever corpse of the dragon that's nearby. Given that the Githyanki have relationships with red dragons,
So,
who
is
may
there a way
bear
to
this, you know? But yeah,
is there a way to perhaps freeze the Lich so that he cannot cast spells and he's trapped?
well, yeah.
I'm throwing out multiple ideas, but I know nothing of this
Yes,
magic.
in
So
theory, we could grab the lich, throw him in that liquid cement, bury him in that, and then he's not a problem. I find it very unlikely he's going to sit there for that, though. That and contingency spells.
Now a fuzzy bunny lich.
rotting rabbit. I think it's a rotting rabbit. Cog seems really concerned about this, and apparently he walked all the way here to talk to you.
He ran night and
He
day,
ran.
only
He
stopping
ran.
to rewind his back to.
Yep.
he doesn't even have to stop. It just auto winds.
Auto winches, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes some friggin' good time.
You have some ideas. You suspect that the phylactery is kept in the Githyanki capital somewhere. You'd have to find some people that know about the general. Maybe interrogate them.
Here's Mark's thinking.
Yep.
If I am a lich king or queen and have a bunch of generals and other nobles that are made liches, I keep your phylacteries in my vault. That's perfectly safe. And if you betray me, I destroy your fucking phylactery.
So Vlakith, whatever the number was known to be a completely paranoid control freak that didn't let people achieve higher than 18th level, and she absorbed them and turned them into servitors when they did. So, yeah, keeping your servants' phylacteries as a form of obligation, is a horrible thought.
I just need 8th tier mythic boys, and we're ready to go to the Gith City because we'll turn them all into fuzzy little beings. Because all the Gith
mythic. Okay.
It's 8th tier mythic boys.
Adam's got a solution. It's called Get More Power.
It's going power and
Get more
just
power,
roll
bro.
Get stronger and roll.
Yeah, so Barnabas shares this awful theory of his with Cog, and it makes Cog's heart sink a little bit. Like, this sounds absolutely horrible.
Truth be told, I think our best bet is just beat it so badly, destroy enough of its forces, as we are no longer a worthwhile target.
I understand, Barnabas, but my concern is all the Githyanki, they're all my enemy now. Not just for this world.
Well, you do keep in mind, apparently this general is a disgraced general. He may be acting, he and his people might be acting outside the spectrum of the regular Gith in an effort to, I don't know, regain face by acquiring something valuable. That is, of course, best case scenario.
If you do think up of any recommendations on how to proceed with it, please let me know.
I will give it my full thought.
So,
All right, back I go.
Thogrim is crafting for Sunny. Simulacra are doing some of Cog's crafting. Sunny's doing some face punching with Mistra. Brennos, it says tree book.
Yes, that book with the tree on it. I was supposed to look at it. I was told by the dwarf who I stabbed that there I would find something that I would need to keep secret from the Imperium. So maybe I should learn bluff first. But we're going to look at the book anyway.
Okay, so Brennos, you travel to the Mountainroot Temple.
Yep.
One thing as you're traveling into the cathedral, you see that all the sarcophagi of many of the priests that died are still on display, and you notice that while there are offerings left behind, it's been like 20 days from the attacks. It pains you a little bit that there's not a lot of people here paying their respects. You get this really bad feeling that the old gods are in.
It's probably not Morden being the main god here in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be either the Undying Emperor or the fucking
You
shiny
also
dragon
saw some
boy.
kids going through the streets with these banners that had light spells on them.
Arlen's going to be running Overlook.
They're going to start having raves, aren't they? With their electronic music and LSD.
And light spells on one.
Brennos has this.
Oh, I don't have my headphones today.
Brennos has this sinking feeling.
It's this just inevitable.
That he walks through the hollowed halls of the Mornden salmon, and it's a tomb.
Yep.
You giggle over your shoulder.
Uncle, how you doing?
Ditches are being dug. The lines are being drawn.
If you're telling me there's dwarves on both sides of that fucking line, though, then we need to get our heads out of our ass.
They need to solve their family concerns. We can't have a war with factions.
Hey.
Always factions. Things get too big, they fracture and break. Just like your little band of heroes, all running around in different directions. You're not a unit. You're not a league. You're self-deluding. How long before you're at each other's throats? How long?
When we become truly cross purposes.
What are we doing here?
Looking for a book.
They didn't make a spot for me and my kin here. Or maybe they did. And buried it in a foundation.
It's in there somewhere, I guarantee you.
Don't mind me. I just want to have a look.
Fair enough.
Sound like a laugh today.
Have I been cruel enough for you, Uncle?
Yeah. Always room for some more cruelty. No good deed goes unpunished.
So, the dragon in Elf's Shadow and
Yep.
what's the shiny dragon?
The Glimmer of Geode, or
There's Glimmer of Geode. There's
the
Dragon in
source
Elf's
behind the
Shadow.
light.
The source behind the light.
Yeah.
None of those are dragon gods.
No,
They just have
all-
dragon
They're all
themes.
new gods. They have
They're all new gods with dragon themes.
or dragon followers that are their main
Yeah.
proxy or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not part of the draconic pantheon.
Right. Like there's no connection to them.
Nope. What god are you worshiping today while you're just on downtime? What was Brennos?
We are. So we need. We check our morality grid. Actually, well, if we're so if we're supposed to be communing and this sort of thing, the only god who grants me commune is Drinka. He's the only one who lets me commune. All the other ones don't want to hear from me. Let me just check. I might have to take so I should take the spell because I'm currently getting it from a domain. Why don't you call, Brennos? We've been waiting for you to call. You spent all your time talking to your uncle.
So we called his thing the dwarf not there.
Yeah, the dwarf not there.
He looks friendly.
It's basically like dream and dream domain is the one that's like the main god.
You find yourself like just standing there.
Yep.
A priest came up to you, like, "Is everything all right?" And you were just like having a conversation with your uncle and looking at you. They backed off.
They just ignore them. They didn't acknowledge their existence.
There's still a slight stain on the ground where the dwarven defenders made their stand with their wooden weapons against the Githyanki. It would take a keen eye just to notice the discoloration in between the flagstones, but you know it's the blood of dwarves.
It's amazing how an act of grace or act of pity can turn into an act of cruelty.
Don't worry, Brennos. They'll let it happen.
What do you mean they let it happen?
This is a great important place, the most holy place in all of Dwarvendom. All the gods looking down from their statues, and they let some Githzeri pirates kill all their followers. Not a single angel showed up, not a single warrior. They were all cold, thrashed.
Where do I find the key to the mountain?
The key to which mountain?
Moradin's mountain.
You want to go to an empty place. We can find that if you want. We can find that. It won't be hard. I'm sure there's one around here somewhere. Who might own it? I don't know. A dwarf whose power could have saved the dwarves up here, yet he sat all alone in a crumbling temple.
What skill is it to figure out planar rods?
Probably planes.
Probably planes. Okay, we got a rank in that, so we can at least pretend to try. Okay, we're gonna make our way below because that's probably where that shit would have been originally.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's. Don't you hate it when your chaotic, evil, crazy, mad uncle is speaking stuff that makes sense?
That's the worst part, isn't it?
Like, oh no, he's making too much sense.
All right, they've cleaned up some of the bodies since then, so they get the Yankee Raiders, and they might have stuck everything through the portal or made a big pyre, but
Yep.
golems are probably sitting where they were before. I'm just clearing out some of the bodies. You do march through the Mountainroot Temple. Parts of it have been consecrated. The dwarf not there is riding with you because you're praying to him today, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it's the one that lets me keep tabs on other stuff easier. Also, I need to shore up my evil and chaos. Like that's part of communing with gods is trying to balance everything out.
Ah, foul. Very foul this place is.
This is dwarvish, though.
Dwarves that came from realms all around. Now it is but a ruin.
The time of dwarves is not yet over.
Not yet over.
Nothing lasts forever.
Maybe I don't need to follow the same fate as the dwarves. They don't consider me family, well then I don't consider them family.
It's not how it works.
That's how it works.
Blood lasts forever.
Blood. Oh, there shall be blood for sure.
Where is the token of the dude? Explorer.
I'm expecting a guy to show up in a house robe and sunglasses, drinking a white Russian.
No, it was the guy that you hit with your.
Oh, the caretaker.
Yeah.
The caretaker. Scrolling.
Get deleted. Oh, all right, I found what I wanted.
Okay.
Okay, so you approach. You step over the remains of the mithril golem that hasn't been repaired.
Yeah, I think he's got an iron golem right now on loan.
Oh, that's right. He's got Cog's iron golem.
Thogrims.
Thogrims.
Yep.
G1, I guess.
Yep. Loner.
Hello there.
And Quintessa and Val are here guarding.
Oh yeah, they'd be there.
Let me grab it. Quintessa and Val. And do you have a token of G1 on it?
G1. Yeah.
I think he had our generic iron golem token.
Sheet at the top.
Okay, it might be just iron.
No. The last time you could get it from the forge or from the.
G1 wasn't a dwarven iron golem. It was just a generic one.
It's just a generic one, yeah. The we did actually leave a copy of him with the like in the temple, the dwarven temple. Should be there.
Yeah, I don't see it. Not definitely it with something else.
Yeah, he's not on the temple.
All right, Quintessa, do you spend time with the caretaker, or are you mostly looking at the portal?
She's mostly looking after the portal.
Okay, you guys were taking a break and just sort of sitting up top.
I'm sure she gets bored.
Yeah, the north part. You found some books that were left over in the library that.
Oh, G1 was in the portal chamber. Here, I'll bring him over.
You can see at the center of this place praying is the caretaker and one of Thogrim's golems overlooking it. It looks like Brennos has arrived. Not sure why he's here.
Okay.
Caretaker Dalimbrunner.
He's looking above your head.
What foul visit is this?
I'm a follower of the Morden Summon. All the Morden Summon.
You have a no look to you today. I cannot describe it.
These are ill times.
Quintessa, sounds like there was raised voices. I don't know if you wander over to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everything all right?
I'm looking for a book and a key.
No need to concern the Imperium. Just a dwarf.
A book with an elvish... A stone tablet book with an elvish tree on the cover.
Why? There are only a few treasures left that have not been carted off by careless caretakers in the past, and the astral pirates that are the Githyanki.
Has he been crabby the
No,
entire?
he's fucking crabby.
Well, however,
He calls you the Imperium. Like, he doesn't...
You are the Imperium.
given that Brennos is an Inquisitor and the city is under Article 13, I believe he doesn't need a reason.
A mutual friend asked me to read the book.
The library is down there. Feel free to look at whatever you want. I hope there is a valid reason for the Inquisition and the Imperium to further plunder our riches and heritage.
Grumpy shit.
Yeah, you'll nod, and it's like you have to walk past him. So.
The dwarf out there blows air in his ear. He's like, "Arr, arr, arr."
I won't take you out in public if you act like this.
Fascinating.
I believe that. He saves his life, and that's the way he treats it.
Brennos is shaking his head.
He seems to think there's something wrong.
He knows.
He's making, like, holy symbols to Moradin and praying.
I went on consecrated ground of like the opposite of what I am right now. Okay, Brennos will look around for a stone book with an elvish carved tree of life on it.
Yeah, so you can tell that the library had been looted by heathens who just like toppled books off shelves, and then somebody came by and just sort of grouped the books and put them back on the shelves, but not like neatly.
Yep.
And then someone else, you get the sense that they looked through all the books.
Barnabas.
and there's like half a dozen of really interesting books on a table, and he only took like a few of them. Like he could fucking cart away the library with him. But yeah, Barnabas has already
Read the synopsis, read it.
read it. Not interesting, garbage. Oh, this is interesting. So there's a bunch of interesting books on the study, and you actually see the stone book with the elvish tree on it, sitting. Somebody had put it on a chair, and it caused the old chair to collapse, and they just left it in the pile. It's actually open to a page, and it's just blank. It's got thick stone slabs that are about a pinky thick, and only maybe, I don't know, 8 pages, 10 pages.
Okay.
It's smooth. It's like a strange slate, and it doesn't say anything. But there's no writing. There's no inscriptions. There's no.
Okay. I'll thumb through it.
Okay.
There it is. Such simple magic, small rebellion. Can't you read?
cast read magic on it?
Well, there's no magic to read.
Some sort of puzzle, I assume.
What were you told?
I need to read it under the moonlight.
And where's the moonlight?
Not here. Although if I time this right, this should be the... Is this the moon?
Yep.
Yeah. I think I timed this correctly. I think I put this for the moon, so okay, I'll grab the book.
Little rebellions. What are you going to do with this knowledge, Brennos? What are you going to do? How is it going to change you?
Dunno.
Are you gonna get a big head?
Are you gonna get a fly head?
As you're talking out loud, caretaker's like, "What did you say?"
I'll be. This is the book I'll be borrowing.
He doesn't look pleased.
Might I ask why? By
Yes,
Moradin?
A mutual friend told me to read it in the moonlight. There's not many of us left that are following the old ways.
No, there is not.
He sees your jumble of holy symbols.
I suppose the burden on you is much heavier than the burden on others.
He glances to the silver blade.
Still, there's something foul about you.
Well, that's the thing about not having a clan. Expectations are nothing to start with and nobody to offend.
It's not that.
You can see him looking around you like he's seeing your aura or something.
Pray to Moradin that this Inquisition business be done with, before it taints your soul, Brennos of the Mountain Salmon. Brennos.
And he looks at the sword.
The Beholden.
He turns your back to you.
The book should be returned,
That will be.
or destroyed if you know what is good for you.
Maybe. I doubt I'd destroy it. Don't know what it says yet.
If you cannot figure it out, then the burden of such knowledge need not weigh upon your shoulders. You can put it back where you found it.
Walk out.
So much death, Moradin. What is the point in keeping such secrets? Is a secret if there's no one left?
Yeah, Marty runs really happy campaigns for all.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Chin up, Golden Mole. It's not the darkest yet.
He regards you as you leave. Apparently he wasn't here to talk to us, mother.
Evidently not. Could have been me, sir.
You start hearing, like, in the distance, you start hearing, and that's why you're not supposed to be saying shit in public. Fucking see you.
He seems very stressed.
The Inquisition.
Yeah, it's not a job I would like.
Neither would I. Hey, Brennos, where are you going with the book? You go through the portal to the surface, and
Yep.
you're in Morden, or the Morden Salmon's church.
The room with the skylight. I think the entry chamber had the skylight, as was described, or I thought there was a room with the big skylight.
Where are you talking?
I want to say that. Oh, that might have been the council chamber entryway had the.
Okay.
But I don't think that's the right place to read this book. I
Well,
think
what was it? Wasn't a skylight. What was the entry chamber of the council?
it was a giant mural. Oh, we're gonna go there just because it had the giant. It had the with the painted sky.
Yes, it was called the
Well, I thought it was an illusion. I don't think it was painted.
Oh,
the Memory of Our Moon.
yes,
It-
that's where we're gonna go because it's gonna have the moonlight of the. It'll have the moonlight. That's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go there.
It was painted in an elvish fashion.
Yes, and this is the
To
Elvish
honor-
cover on the
to honor
stone
the
book.
sky of the world that the dwarves came from before they came.
Yes, we are going to go there. We are going to Inquisition Article 13. This chamber, kick everybody the fuck out.
Look at fucking Brennos fucking throwing his weight around. It's great.
Everybody out of the fucking room.
All right, Brennos, as you order people out of the room, and I think this is on this campaign. Yeah, I found it. You can see the stains on the ground. While they've been cleaned, there's the telltale signs of the stains of all the dwarves and humans that died in the dragon fire that burned them.
Oh.
Evidence of the death.
All of the people that we were able to subdue without being killed, then murdered while we were in the next room. Yes. Yes.
You see a link of chain and, like a little scrap of beard hair. It's a beautiful chamber, and it is at night as you planned. And yes, it's almost like the moonlight outside is powering the murals of the moon, and it's actually casting a silverish light in here. You had to kick out 20 people that were all gawking at the murals and talking, and a bunch of dwarven politics were happening in the room.
Yeah. Well, it's election season.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
lots of dwarves here, but you kick everyone out, and that
Yep.
causes probably some rumors. So close. Are you going to look? Are you going to deign to look? What secrets would they hide here? Why would they do it so close to the seat of their government, but not the main chamber? Why would they care what the sky looked like on their world? Why?
I will make myself a mythic hero. So I can remember better and understand big words.
What are you going to do with this knowledge?
I will find the way.
Burden.
Strong shoulders.
Ah, but is your mind strong? They're going to.
Okay, I'll open the book.
What's that?
I'll open the book.
Okay. The book opens, a silvery script. It is dwarvish, although with very elvish penmanship. This book is a tree and a line. It is the line of kings.
Uh-oh.
There are names that go back thousands of years that are the kings that came from Dverak before it became Ruach Dverak, because the fucking orcs took over half of it and then conquered the other half. It is a line of kings and how they splintered and morphed and married and intermarried, and kings of many little countries and kings of big ones. And that's just on the first page.
We go to the second page.
Okay, it's more offshoots of the tree that started on the first page, and it's all branching, and you keep on flipping through the book, and there are some lines that ends and others. There is one clan name that keeps on coming up over and over, and that is a clan that is not spoken of today. You didn't know that there was a clan called Clan Gold.
Gold?
Gold.
Gold. Okay.
Just like Clan Anvil or...
Yep. Like the first clans had basic names.
Yeah, Clan Gold seems to be the main lineage of where kings are spawned from. It does give notes that Clan Gold was known for its blonde hair and blonde beards. You flip to the last page finally, and you can see the deaths of Clan Gold. A lot of them happened all around the same time. The fighting with the orcs is probably on the page before, and then there's a bunch of empty space on the last page of the book where names begin. You suspect that they're written there, but they're hidden even more. There's a note in the margin that says, "The names of the hidden kings shall be revealed only by their blood."
Okay, we cut ourselves and smear it on the page.
Okay, there's a bunch of branches. You don't see a bunch of the names. Give me a knowledge nobility or a knowledge, I don't know, family lines. It's probably nobility.
Yeah, I would say nobility.
Yeah, if you could read the tree properly.
I am a barbarian. Inquisitor. Arcane engineering, nature, planes, religion, and then let me just check my domains.
You don't have to identify nobles to kill them.
Trickery won't do this, and then dream. Won't do this either. Okay, so int check.
Yep.
All right.
You are a hero right now, so.
I am a hero, so 1d20 plus 4. Natural 1.
Alright, so Brennos, when his name appears, it's Brennos, and and your clan name is Gold. Because your name is the only one appears, Brennos reads the family tree wrong. Like other people's blood would have to make it so that their names appear. Because your only name appears, you think you are king of the dwarves. You think you're first in line to be the king of all the dwarves that came from Ruach Dverak.
This will cause problems.
Not at all. It'll be fine.
Dwarf not there is cackling. His head it grows big.
to know. This is your kingdom.
The Empire suffers no kings.
Yes, and you do the Empire's bidding. How delicious. Of course, that now one. And you'd be like, yeah, you're part of the royal family. But because you were the only name that appears, you're like, no, it's me!
Okay.
Of course, Brennos did have a feeling before when you were at the mines that this, like, for some reason you felt the mines belonged to you.
Yeah.
Or, like, the gods were giving you some sort of, like, permission to guard it, like, as if it was yours, but yours could have meant yours as in the people of Volcanica or Dwarves or... But, yeah, with your Nat 1 and with your uncle not there, you are absolutely convinced that you're the king of...
King of the Dwarves. The one and only king of all from Dverak. King of all I see. Okay. My phone has been vibrating nonstop for the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I close the book. I bring it back. I leave my blood in it because I'm an idiot. I'm a king. And we'll return it.
Okay. There's one more scene I do want to do tonight, and that is the commune with Weejas.
All right.
think it's
If you guys can continue, that's fine because
All right.
this has been going.
Okay. Barnabas is writing his PhD in magic. I don't know if we talked about this on screen before. What is the actual thesis?
Oh, it's planar travel by way of planar ley lines.
Planar ley lines. Okay. And there's lots of examples. Barnabas now has the big plinth and how it's affecting planar ley lines in like this megalithic, blocky sort of way. And then you've got the rift that is a natural thing that they focused for the astral plane, and plus all of the other things that you know that you've got enough fodder to provide examples for your thesis. Eamon's doing face punch training. The Darbians are indeed helping Thogrim with all of his paperwork to effectively have a cult started, to get citizenship or at least residency papers for the newcomers, and get them hired at the cannon works of Overlook. The Astral Portal this month is guarded by this week is guarded by Quintessa now. All right. Quintessa, you have the scroll from Sunny.
Yeah.
And you're at the Mountainroot Temple with Val. Let's put you guys in the portal chamber. There are some Githzeri that are around, but when they see that your group is around, they kind of keep their distance. You have questions?
Oh, for the commune. Yep. They are yes, no question? Yes, commune. Double checking the spell. Yes, no questions.
And what level is the scroll?
Sunny made it, so 14.
14?
Do you want me to type out the questions for
Oh, yeah.
correspondence? Eliminations. Are you going to do it, or shall I?
I'm just creating a token right now. So
Okay, so I'll just add a page. And...
There's correspondence to divination.
Yeah, that's where I'm adding it. Yeah.